Hello there, friends, and welcome to a special Christmas edition of Joe It All, Bitter Missives from the Front Lines. I decided that I've really been very lax in getting out these Joe It Alls to you this past couple of weeks, and so I would try and squeeze one quick one in before Christmas Day. And so here I am, with my Santa hat on to add to the festivity, and also to hide the Christmas zit, which my forehead has decided to press out low these 2 days before Christmas. Anyhow, I would like to begin this with the way we often begin any sort of Christmas celebration, with a story. A couple of weeks ago, I was minding my own business, and suddenly I received a text. And when it came up on my phone, it came up Peggy Sanders, who, although most of you probably wouldn't know this, is my cousin. And it said, just landed in New York, taking a car in from LaGuardia, so excited to be here. And I was like, oh my God, great, welcome to New York. Now, what you need to know is that Peggy is my cousin, but she's not my first cousin. She's like my second cousin, or my second cousin once removed. I'm not really sure how we're related, but when you're from a fairly big Catholic family on the south side of Chicago, you have a lot of family. You're not sure how they're all related, but she is blood related, and I did see her a lot throughout my childhood. And she's I'd say about 10 years older than me. So that's the other thing. We weren't exactly, together on age. But I do know her. I saw her a year and a half ago at my father's funeral. And, I was thrilled. So I said, hey, well, great. Do you want to get together? Where are you staying? And she gave me the name of her hotel. And she said, yeah, do you want to have coffee tomorrow? And I said, great. How about 11 a.m.? And she said, great. And I found a coffee place near her hotel. And great, So the next day, I go downtown to where her hotel is to meet her for coffee, and I'm walking into the coffee place texting two people at the same time, as we all do, her to say, I'm here, in response to her, I'm here, I'm in the back text, and another person altogether. And I finish that text, and I look up, and up she stands and waves, and I walk over, and I give her a big hug, and I realize this is not my cousin Peggy Sanders. In fact, I don't know who this is at all. But I don't want to give myself away, so I just smile and play it off. Hey, how are you? We sit down and have some coffee and start jabbering. And I'm thinking, okay, who is this woman? She's like 10 years younger than me, and she's lovely and delightful, but I don't know who she is. And so I try, of course, to sprinkle the conversation, while the whole time keeping on my poker face that I have no idea who she is, thinking that she knows who I am, and I'm going to be really embarrassed if she tells me she's like the child of one of my Sanders cousins or something that I don't remember, or some other nonsense, because I've been away so long. And so I pepper the conversation with little options, little chances for her to tell me who the heck she is, like, God, I don't remember the last time I saw you. And she says, I don't either. And then nothing else. No hints, no clues to who in the hell she is. So I try another one. I try and I say, I can't even remember the first time we met. Thinking she'll say, it was a family party. I was 3 or some other thing. And, I'm thinking, who is she? Nothing. Bupkis. And now I'm starting to sweat. But then I think, oh, screw it. She's fun. She's interesting. So let's just keep on talking. And we have a great time. She shows me pictures of her husband and kids who are adorable. Don't recognize one of them. And I talk about my life in New York the last 23 years. And in fact, having to recount the whole thing actually made it seem a heck of a lot more fun and more interesting than I remember it being. So that was kind of a nice early Christmas gift to me. But, we had an hour and a half together that was absolutely delightful. And after it was over, we parted ways, saying happy holidays, and I told her to have a great weekend with her husband, and off we went. And I thought, what do you know? So the next day, I get a text from her saying, hey, it's me, and I went through all of my contacts with a fine-tooth comb, and it turns out that your number was under a different Joe's name, so I don't know, isn't that funny? And I think, yeah. And I realize I don't know her, and she does not know me. But we had a terrific time together. Now, you might be asking yourself, why do I care, Joe? What does this have to do with Christmas? Well, I'm going to tell you. You see, It occurs to me that Christmas is a really stressful time. And the reason for that stress is expectations, gifts, family, friends, events you have to attend, outfits you have to wear, all of that stuff. Peace and joy throughout the earth. It's just really stressful for people. And the reason is because of these expectations. Now, if I had gone into this coffee date and I had stuck to my expectations, I would have said, I don't know you. And she would have said, well, really? I don't know you either. And we would have parted our ways and never gotten to know one another. But I'll tell you what, I so enjoyed her that I told her, I don't care that I don't know you. I'm just going to add not my cousin to the end of your name in my phone. It now says Peggy Sanders, not my cousin. Because you're too cool to give up. So I made a new friend. And that's my advice to you. Whether or not you think that Christmas is all about the baby Jesus being born in a manger because there was no room in the inn, or you think that that was all just a big made-up lie, that he was actually in the witness protection program, or you think that Christmas is just commercialized crapola, a reason to sell people stuff they don't need, a reason for people to stab each other and shoot each other at the mall to buy gifts for their rotten, thankless children who don't need anything else anyhow, it doesn't matter. Because the one thing Christmas is a good excuse not to go to work or do any other junk you have to do every week out of your life, to take a break, to take a moment and just appreciate, do something different. And so here's my advice to you. This Christmas, for just one moment, forget your expectations. Forget that you're going to get together with family and have a wonderful time until the Christmas fight begins sometime after dinner. And just try to do one new thing. Make one new moment. Talk to someone new or try to have a new conversation with someone old. Just take one moment and make it new. And then, maybe, you will defeat those stressful expectations of the Christmas season. And remember, as the streetwalker said to Santa, who you calling a hoe? And though it's been said many times, many ways, Merry Christmas to you. Merry Christmas, everybody, and Happy New Year. Bye-bye.